ውድ ወገኖቼ እኛ ሁላችንም አንድ የልብ ትርታ አንድ ዓለም አንዲት ኢትዮጵያ ብቻ ነች ያለችን አንድ የሰው ዘርም ብቻ ነው ያለው ለሰው ልጆች ሁሉ ለሀገርና ለወገን ሊጠቅም በሚችል መልካም ስራዎች ላይ በማተኮር ለውቢቷ ሀገራችንና በድንቅ ስራዎቿ የሚታወቀውን የሀገራችንን ህዝብ እንታደገው የኢትዮጵያችንን እንባ እናበስ የዘመናት ታላቅነቷንም እናወድስ እኛ ከኛ የተሻለ ጊዜና ከኛ የተሻለ ትውልድ ገንቢዎች እንሆን
I don't go back and take credit for the things that I've done. And sometimes, I guess it's good to refresh your memory. In fact, you're on the forefront taking on the world's challenging things. You know, what inspired to start U.S. Doctors for Africa, which I'm a man with zero medical background. I know nothing about medicine. We have such a uniquely crafted contract with nature that could expire anytime without 2 weeks' notice. Life works in the most mysterious ways. For some mysterious reason, we're here. And to see our fellow human beings suffer from all over the world, and for us for not being able to do what otherwise we're capable of doing, it just kills you, doesn't it? The greatest idea comes to mind in the middle of the night. And as I was infatuated with this idea, I came up with the name U.S. Doctors for Africa. So I organized the first ever African First Ladies Health Summit in the history of the United States and Africa. I was just hungry. I was starving to help the very people you and I left behind. I have done what I could to support the people. Hopefully, I've made a small dent, a small difference in somebody's life somewhere in Africa. I am tremendously honored to be here with you this evening, but of course, I cannot step out of this stage without telling you that now I'm an official candidate for the United States Congress as the first Ethiopia born to ever enter that institution. That's right.
በእውነቱ ዛሬ ለሙዚቃ ክብር በመሰጠቱና ይህንን ነገር በመሸለም በመድረሴ በጣም ነው ደስ የሚለኝ ይሄ እንግዲህ ለኔ ብቻ ሳይሆን ለመላው ለኢትዮጵያ በዚህ ስራ ላይ ለሚሰሩ ሙዚቀኞች በሙሉ ክብር ነው ብዬ ነው የማምንበት ሙዚቃ ስንል በተለይ በሶስተኛ ዓለም ላይ ሙዚቃ እንደ ጊዜ ማሳለፊያ ሙዚቃ ለመደሰቻ ተብሎ የሚታይበት ነው። ነገር ግን ያደገ ዓለሞች ላይ ስንሄድ ሙዚቃ ማለት ሳይንስ ነው ብለን ነው የምንማረውም የምናምነው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ የዛሬ ሽልማቱ እንግዲህ በእውነት ይሄ ኮሚቴው ራሱ ሙዚቃን በሳይንስነት መልኩ አይቶት እንደገና ይህን ነገር ስለሸለመኝ ከልብ አመሰግናለሁ። ኢትዮጵያ በእውነት ትልቅ ሀገር ነች። ታላላቅ የሙዚቃ ሳይንቲስቶች ያሉባት ሀገር ነች። ለምሳሌ እነዚህ 4 ቅኝቶች ጋራዎቹ የሚገኙት ወሎ ውስጥ ነው። አሁን ጥያቄው ጋራው ነበር መጀመሪያ ወይስ ቅኝቱ ነበር?
Bikila Award congratulates athlete Merit Yekta for being selected as the 2017 Bikila Professional Excellence Award winner for his distinguished and legendary achievement in long distance running and as a world-class double Olympic gold winner, Ethiopian hero.
Here to receive the award on behalf of his father Mirutz is Michael Mirutz. Please help me welcome Michael to the stage.
እንግዲህ አማርኛ አይቁም ብላችሁ እንዳስቁብኝ። አባቴ ነው ያስተማረኝ። ስለ አባቴ እናንተ ብዙ ታውቃላችሁ። እኔ ምንም ነገራችሁ ነገር የለም። ግን አንድ ነገር አለ አባቴ ያስተማረኝ ትንሽ ልጅ ሲሆን ኢትዮጵያ ውደድ፣ ኢትዮጵያ አንድ ነው፣ ኢትዮጵያ ህዝብ ሁልጊዜ ፍቅር አሳያችሁ።
After the 2015 Bikila Award event, Professor Jervers came to me over at the Center for Medieval Studies to try to figure out what we could do to work together with the wider community to make this vision a reality. He came to me because I'm the director of Toronto's Center for Medieval Studies, but I've also long been interested in how Ethiopia was seen by the European peoples of the Middle Ages, how it was depicted on medieval maps at the very edge of the known world. I was also interested in European views of how Ethiopian people might be, including biblical figures such as one of the 3 wise men, or Magi, and also the Queen of Sheba, depicted in European culture as Ethiopian. These were powerful images in the medieval past, and I was eager to learn more about how this European fantasy might correspond or not correspond to the Ethiopian reality. This long-standing personal interest, along with my awareness of how important it is not to think about European history in isolation from the rest of the world, made me very eager to work with Professor Jervers to figure out what might be possible, what we could do together. I hope we can build on what we've done so far, launching the first Ge'ez language course and our first colloquium last March, to do much more, building a suite of courses on the history and culture, language and literature of the Horn of Africa, with a special focus on the people of Ethiopia. In partnership with other academic units at the university, and especially in conversation perhaps with our African Studies program, which is based at the University of Toronto's New College, I hope that we can continue to grow this initiative so that the rich culture of Ethiopia is where it deserves to be within our university curriculum, in a prominent and visible place, not as an obscure corner of the past, but as a vital and vibrant part of our shared history.
For me, Ethiopia has always been a beautiful mystery, and the people of Ethiopia have always fascinated me. I'm so glad that I started that journey then, because that was the first exposure I ever had to Ababa Bikila. It was then that I learned about his incredible legacy. Running marathons barefoot, it seemed so impossible. Can you imagine a young Ethiopian student reading and researching about such an incredible individual? How that could shape my imagination. From Ababa Bikila, I learned that with determination, commitment, hard work, and perseverance, the impossible becomes possible. I was surprised that most of my classmates didn't know who this person was. But that was when I realized that as Ethiopians, we inspire and we innovate without seeking glory from the rest of the world. We work towards change, but we do so quietly and humbly. Then again, there's no other community of people that are more supportive and congratulatory than the Ethiopian people, evidenced by today's event.
I would like to start also with a small anecdote about Ababa Bikila, like Wudase. When I was younger, I was on the internet and I would always watch YouTube videos of Ethiopia, try to keep my culture going, try to keep the language, and I would see the most recent races. I would see Kananisa Bikila, Haile Gebrselassie, and they'll be winning. You'd see Haile Gebrselassie with Paul Turgat, and then he'd run right after him, beat him. You'd feel this rush of adrenaline, but it's over. The YouTube highlights are only 5 minutes, 6 minutes. So you keep looking further and further back. You go back to another honoree today, Murutz Iftar. You go back further and further until you reach the beginning of Ethiopian athletic excellence, Bikila. So it's a great honor to be here tonight, being recognized by an organization that bears his name. And I'm like fanboying right here. I say, Dr. Mulatu, if it wasn't for you, a lot of hours of calculus would have been drier, because I usually put your music on in the background and work on my math. It's really great. Anybody else taking like math or calculus, Mulatu of Ethiopia on Spotify, it's a great album. You just go through it, it goes by really fast.
I like to really appreciate the professors that kind of took me under my wing throughout my academic career, because it is pretty difficult, I'm sure a lot of you know, navigating through institutions like U of T for the first time without having like a mentor in it. So I really like to thank particularly Black faculty that really take some of us under their wing to make sure that we're provided the same opportunities as all of our others. I noticed that within U of T and universities at large, there needs to be a greater presence of Black East African and particularly Ethiopian voices, and I'm really excited to see so many people already a part of that. I'm excited to be a part of that as well.
My mother, thank you for all the sacrifices that you've made for me, so that I could be where I'm standing right now. This award means a lot to me because it gives me the confidence and the motivation to keep following my dreams and to keep working hard. Thank you for giving the Ethiopian youth a voice and for giving us this opportunity to realize our potential. Thank you very much.